Nick. All right, let's jump into it. Waste no time. Let's get you guys a Jayden Reed update here. Excuse me. Bill Huber tweeting out a story. You guys need to go check out that story. Awesome read. One of the quotes he had in it. Meanwhile, Jayden Reed, receiver Jayden Reed, who had his return to play window open on Friday before the November 23rd game against the Vikings, was looking fast on a cold day at Clark Hinkle Field. This is a great breakdown of the entire injury report from Bill Huber, so make sure you guys go check that out. What I did was quote tweeted his link, link it to the article. Go show Bill some love. He's done an excellent job. So again, what do you hear there? Jayden Reed is looking fast, right? Now think about the injury that Jayden Reed had that he's coming off of, right? He had the Jones fracture, which Jason Wilde pretty much confirmed it came from Jayden Reed, that it was a Jones fracture. So anyone who still claims that it wasn't a Jones fracture, I'm sorry. Unless you just think Jayden Reed lied to Wilde, there's no reason to really think that. We can just agree to disagree. But then he broke the collarbone too, right? So the fast aspect of that, it sounds like the surgery, this is based off of reports like from Bill Huber and other reporters that were on the sideline at practice today, just watching him run routes on air, all that type of stuff. It sounds like he looks as fast as he ever has looked. And that's a great sign with obviously a Jones fracture. Those can be a little bit tricky. So now the collarbone, whole different ballgame. Obviously, that's not going to affect speed. What I'm worried about the collarbone a little bit is how's that going to affect how he takes contact. Now, Jayden Reed was kind of one of those fearless players, right? He'd lower his head. He'd break tackles. He's a smaller, some would say he's an undersized guy, but I feel like, as Jeff Hafley would say, he's thick, right? And I feel like he's willing to run through arm tackles and pick up those tough yak yards underneath. Will that change his game a little bit? Listen, the reality is if it does, understandably so. Anybody who's broken a clavicle, you've broken a collarbone, man, they say it's one of the most painful things you'll ever experience. That's got to be in the back of your mind. I think back to when Jordy Nelson got his ribs broke on the sideline, that sideline catch. I think it was the year before his final year. Or maybe it was his final year with the Green Bay Packers. Matter of fact, he didn't look the same after that. Now, I'm not suggesting Jayden Reed won't look the same. I'm just simply saying sometimes those type of hits, it does play a role in how you approach the game moving forward. It's something to keep our eye on. Now, let's take our first look at Jayden Reed. And this comes from our buddy Paul Brettel with a great video clip he got here from practice of Jayden Reed out there running, like I said, just some routes on air. Let's just take a quick look here. Actually, probably better we approach it that way. We'll keep it muted. And you see nothing special here, just a little whip route back out. Look at the hands. Jayden Reed always had great hands since he became a Green Bay Packer. So, again, everything you see there, full practice gear, right? Obviously non-contact in this clip, but Jayden Reed looks good to go. I think we will see him on Sunday. I sure hope we do. I think that would be absolutely awesome to get Jayden Reed back into the fold. We know how important he is to this Green Bay Packers team. We know how important it is to get someone who Matt LaFleur talked about earlier today can play so many different roles, right? You think of him as a slot receiver, most people do, but as we talked about when Jayden Reed was drafted and coming out of college, what I noticed on the tape from Michigan State was this guy can play Z. So again, like Greg Cosell always points out, those Z's within certain offenses, the moving Z might as well be a slot receiver, right? Also, the slot receivers and the fact that they move and will kick outside when you've got that moving Z element to your offense, they might as well be an outside receiver. So he can play Z, he can play X, he can play F. Christian Watson, he can play Z, he can play X, he can play F. Romeo Doubs, mostly X. We've seen him play a little bit of F this year, not really a field side Z. You want him in a phone booth, right? What did we see from Dontavion Wicks last week? A lot of F motion, right? He kind of got showcased last week against the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving, and you see he can play pretty much all the positions. What did we see from Matthew Golden earlier this year, right? We saw him start to press into the X position while Romeo Doubs would start to take some of those snaps in the F, right? So what Matt LaFleur has done is he's got this multitude of weapons, the wide receiver room, that could play all positions on his offense. And you guys remember when we went young at receiver, and we're still kind of young at receiver, obviously, but when we first started this whole, all right, let's go draft Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, and then, of course, Jayden Reed, we always said, man, it's going to take some time before they can learn the offense and learn all the choice aspects, the choice route aspects in Matt LaFleur's offense at each wide receiver position. Well, guess what? That time has arrived. And you're starting to see Matthew Golden press into that before he got hurt. I feel confident that Matthew Golden can do the same thing. So again, Jayden Reed looking good on the practice field. Let's see what Matt LaFleur had to say earlier today in his press conference. This was tweeted out by the Packers Twitter account over on X. He was asked specifically about Jayden Reed, and I just tweeted out Jayden Reed may take the field this Sunday, may take the field again. We haven't gotten confirmation yet. This Sunday, for the first time since week 2, Packers head coach Matt LaFleur talks about his versatility he brings to the game. Again, I've got it turned all the way up. You may have to turn your TVs up, your monitors up a little bit more. Here was Coach LaFleur on Jayden Reed earlier today.
What are the different things in Jayden Reed's game whenever he does get that you can tap into as a play caller?
Well, I think, number one, he's got a ton of experience, and you guys see how we've used him in the past in regards to moving him all over the place. There's a lot of things that he brings to our team, just in regards to he's a yak machine. He really does a really good job, whether it's handing him the ball, flipping him a screen.
We didn't even mention that, right? How many times we've seen him on a jet sweep his rookie year. Now, what's cool is last week you seen Bo Melton on a jet sweep, right? Christian Watson's rookie year, a lot of jet sweeps. Jayden Reed's rookie year, a lot of jet sweeps. You see Matthew Golden on a couple this year, if I remember correctly. Savion Williams. So now you got these guys lining up in all these different positions. X, F, Z, doesn't matter. They'll kick into the wing occasionally, right? And that was what was so cool about the Bo Melton jet sweep on Thanksgiving was you had him in a nasty split Z. They moved him in, not quite the wing, but kind of that attached right next to the tight end. And then let him come set, snap the ball, quick jet, little jet sweep off to the left, and he's off to the races for, 14 yards, an explosive run on the day. So I didn't even mention that with Matthew Golden, with Jayden Reed. You've still got those jet sweeps, those end around, that little trickery, right, that you can apply there with his game as well.
Getting him downfield in a pass concept. He does
getting him downfield with a pass concept. You guys remember the triple coverage throw that Jordan Love launched to him, and he just brung it down. Also, another play that I think of when I think of Jayden Reed's rookie year. You guys remember the game-winning drive against the Saints at Lambeau Field? Pretty cool. Non-fade. It was a slot fade, right? Ran a slot fade, game on the line, diving grab by Jayden Reed. Again, that's a deep route. I remember tweeting that out and going, stop calling him a slot receiver, guys. Yeah, he plays it out of the slot, but this guy can hit home runs over the top too. How many times are we going to see it on the deep climb routes, right? Everything. The deep climb route, the slot fade, non-fade, right? You seen that was an extended post route that he ran. I believe it was against the LA Rams that he caught in triple coverage. It may have been Houston, but nonetheless, he can run every route on the tree. Jayden Reed is an absolute weapon in that regard.
A really good job after the catch, but I think it's all the little things that he does when he's not playing with the football in regards to just the dog mentality he brings to our offense. He's always doing a lot of the dirty work, digging out safeties, just competing to the highest level.
And that's the big thing, right? No block, no rock. And Jayden Reed, he is the epitome of that. Now, is he a better blocker than Christian Watson? No, absolutely not. Is he a better blocker than Malik Heath? No, he's not. But the willingness to get in there and dig those safeties out. You guys remember earlier in the year, Romeo Doubs digging out the safety. It was just a couple games ago. I think he's the Vikings. Dug out the safety. So what we called it was an X lead, I believe is what we called it, where he just ignores the cornerback in front of him and goes and digs the safety out and then allows our boy, I believe it was Emmanuel Wilson, make the corner miss. And I think we end up scoring a touchdown on that play. So again, huge factor and playing receiver to Matt LaFleur's offense, obviously, with Jayden Reed being able to block. So, again, really excited to get Jayden Reed back into the fold. I think he'll play Sunday. I'm sure he'll be listed as questionable, and then we'll find out at game time whether or not he is going to play. But I want to hear from you guys. If you're watching this video back later, let me know in the comments what you think about Jayden Reed. Do you think he'll play Sunday? You think it'll be limited snaps? Will be 100% snaps? How do you feel about Jayden Reed returning to the football field for the Green Bay Packers? We want to hear from you in the comments. Make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. All right, let's